You're 22, two at a handle. Girl, I wanna handle you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. It is definitely something a little different compared to the rest of my videos. I wanted to do a much more in-depth video when it comes to my skincare. I think it's appropriate to give a little rundown of my skin and my experience with acne before I get into this video, just so you guys know where I've been with it, my journey, and where I'm trying to go with it. I started getting acne when I was just in the 7th or 8th grade. I started getting it in middle school. It felt like every other child in my classes did not have acne either. I felt very outcasted, especially when people would point it out. But moving on to high school, I started getting into makeup. My mother heavily encouraged me to do that to hide acne scars, and it's a temporary fix, but at the end of the day, you still have to take off the makeup and see what really is your skin. 2 more years in high school go by. My parents see that my face is the most inflamed it has ever been. They decided to put me on birth control. Birth control has harsh synthetic chemicals. I don't know the science behind this part, but it kills and it goes after acne. That was what my parents had concluded that was gonna happen for me. At the time, I'm young, I'm like a junior in high school, and who am I to not listen to my elders? You know, at the end of the day, I think it was just a problem they didn't fully want to look into. They didn't really want to solve the problem at the root. They just figured they were gonna use what little information they knew that would help just stop this as soon as possible. So I ended up getting on the pill junior year of high school. On and off, I have been on birth control for 7 years. That's 7 years of this chemical being inside of my body. There's a lot of hormone shifts that come with being on the pill. There would be times where I would just get very depressed. I would just start crying out of nowhere. I say on and off because there was times where I wanted to make the decision for myself that, you know, I want to be a holistic person. I don't want to have to rely on a pill for good skin. You know, why can't I be natural? So that's when I started doing my own research. I even ended up going to a dermatologist in 2018 because my face was just so inflamed. It was painful to even sleep and lay on it. To touch it hurt. And I'll even insert a picture of the day I went to the dermatologist to get a consultation. That was my skin. I go to the dermatologist and he basically tells me that I had normal people acne. It's like, yes, it's acne, but I feel like for the severity of what it was, I expected more of a diagnosis. And at the time, he just had suggested this moisturizer, which I'm gonna get into all the products that I use and what works for me. To this day, I do actually use that one moisturizer, but it really took much more research on my end to figure out what works with my skin, not only with topical treatments, but what I had to do for the inner work within my body to achieve clearer, less inflammation on my skin. That being my background with acne and knowing how hard it is to research methods and products and things that actually work to eliminating acne and having clearer, more glowy skin, I wanted to make this video for anybody who is on that hunt themselves and just is at a loss. You know, I know for me it was very hard. Trial and error is what got me to the products that work for me, and honestly a shift in lifestyle is what helps me to achieve and maintain a somewhat glowy, clearer skin. So let's get into the video. I want to share with you all my tips and tricks. A plus to this video is, yes, this is stuff that has been working specifically for me. I'm not saying by any means that this is the way to achieve clear skin. I just want to put that disclaimer out there because we all have different types of skin. What works for me is not going to work for you and vice versa. So I just want to share with you what does work for me and the scientific research behind it. So let's get into it. First things first is my Cetaphil lotion. I swear by this moisturizer. This is the lotion that was recommended to me that day I went to the dermatologist back in 2018. At the time, I was using Clean and Clear for my face wash, for my acne treatments, and for my moisturizer. Don't use Clean and Clear. That's all I gotta say. Don't use Clean and Clear. If it works for you, okay, but it's like if you want to go the more natural, holistic healing route, Cetaphil is a great lotion, and I'm gonna tell you why. It is actually the #1 dermatologist recommended brand for sensitive skin. If you're having a lot of acne, your skin is delicate, your skin is considered sensitive. So you definitely want to have something a little more gentle while you keep your skin moisturized with that. Its goodness is literally backed up by science. If you look look this up on Google, it will tell you the same thing. It helps with dryness, tight skin, weakened skin, irritation. And recently, they've been adding avocado oil up in there, which is vitamin E, which if you want to have glowy skin, you want vitamin E in your life. I've been using Cetaphil for 5 years loyally. I'm telling you, I swear by them, they're good. You definitely want to have an acne spot treatment. This is important for when you're going through a breakout and when you're not going through a breakout. That's the important thing that they don't tell you. So for example, you see my skin. I'm not really having inflamed acne, but I still include the acne spot treatment within my skincare routine because it helps to prevent the breakouts in the future. I use the Neutrogena acne spot treatment. They make an AM and a PM one of this. It comes in these red containers. So the AM one comes in like a tube. The PM one comes in like a harder bottle that's like a squeeze, or it's like a pump. I use the AM one. I have used that AM one for 3 years now for morning and night. So I definitely trust the PM one, but I figured why buy 2 of them because they're a little pricey. Honestly, when it comes to skincare, definitely an expense that's worthwhile. So that's something to keep in mind when you notice like, oh my gosh, I have to get all these products. Once you get into your routine, you'll get to even realize how much of the product that you need to really make it last. But with this spot treatment, it penetrates into the pores, killing bacteria, which helps to prevent breakouts. The really good thing about this is that it's oil, paraben, and fragrance free, and it doesn't leave a cast on your skin, which is very important for my black and brown people, because if you know with sunscreen, you don't want to have a film on your face. This cream, this acne treatment is very thick, but it gives you that coverage without leaving any residue or anything on your face. Another thing I have discovered within the last year are blemish sticks. Well, Thayers, which shout out Thayers, I love that brand for skin. It's always so gentle on my skin, and they're very big on having completely natural ingredients straight from the source. Thayers makes a blemish stick that is just a witch hazel stick. Very soothing, very therapeutic to put on your skin. They make it in cucumber and lemon, I believe. Burt's Bees is another excellent brand for skincare. They have a blemish stick that's actually a little more powerful. If you are dealing with a breakout, I would get the Burt's Bees one because it has tea tree and willow bark. Willow bark contains salicylate. Might sound familiar to you if you are familiar with acne products that usually include salicylic acid. That's where that comes from. Willow bark is both an anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, which helps to clear pores, alleviate acne, and again, helps relieve inflammation. Witch hazel also helps with swelling, inflammation, dryness, and any other kind of skin irritation. So those are definitely some good essential oils to work into your skin. I also want to say, before I keep going on, a big theme about controlling your acne is knowing what causes inflammation and knowing what can help reduce your inflammation. That's really what gets your acne going. I'm going to introduce one more product that I use on my skin, and then I will get into the internal care that can help prevent inflammation from within. The last thing I know is a little controversial. Some people feel a way about Shea Moisture brand. I myself have drifted away from the brand. I personally feel like the formula has changed with a lot of their hair products and stuff. But one thing that has been working really well in my favor is their Black African soap. Now I know a lot of people will argue and say that's not even really real Black African soap. And trust me, I have seen real Black African soap. I had the experience of using real Black African soap. And honestly, it was a little too natural, if that's even a thing. Like it completely broke my skin down in a way. They say that if you use that natural Black African soap, you really have to moisturize well, but I noticed that this Black African soap by Shea Moisture is my best bet. I have been using this for 3 years and it works very well with my acne, and it helps to hydrate my skin as I'm washing it too. Healthline.com also advocates for this specific Black African soap in the way that it balances your skin's natural oils and that the soap's shea content can actually help repair damaged cells. It has antimicrobial properties that could clear severe or regular acne. I noticed that my skin was changing within the first week of using it, and then 3 years later I keep using it. So yeah, I like that one. Now we're gonna get more into what you can do for the insides of your body when it comes to taking care of yourself and trying to achieve better skin. Some of the basics: water. You need to be drinking water. Y'all need to get on your Zoom. You need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself from within. Drinking tea is another really good addition for having glowier, clearer skin. Some of my favorites are ginger, peppermint. I do like cinnamon in my tea, and green tea. Those are all very good for your skin. Green tea is very hydrating. Ginger tea, another anti-inflammatory. Mint, another anti-inflammatory. Turmeric is probably the greatest thing you can put into your body when it comes to anti-inflammatory food, drink. Turmeric is an antiseptic and antibacterial, and it can effectively stop the growth of acne-causing bacteria. When you look it up, turmeric is always, it's the first thing you see. It helps with inflammation, and the biggest cause to acne is inflammation within the body. So get you some turmeric. Another drink I really enjoy is called golden milk. It's either turmeric paste or turmeric powder of some sort, and you basically mix it with your milk of choice. I love almond milk. Oat milk is cool too, and that's another fun way to get turmeric in your body as well. And just more basic things, keep your pillowcases clean. I clean mine weekly and I have extras, so I'm constantly switching them out as needed. It's very important, especially if, I don't know about anybody else, but my bonnet stay falling off. So if that happens, my hair is touching the pillow and then those oils can possibly get on my face. Make sure your hands are always clean if you ever have to touch your face. Be very mindful of if you're somewhere, don't go like this, you never know what you just touched and you're transferring to your skin. Your skin is the biggest organ on your body, you feel me? And we need to treat it with such care, such sensitivity sometimes. Avocados. I know this is a hit or miss with people. Some people don't like the texture. Some people say it doesn't taste like anything. I used to be one of those people, but when I turned vegetarian, I started to love it more for the good fats that it actually has. And fun fact, eating avocados will literally make your skin glow. Avocados have vitamin E in them, which again, word of the video, word of the day, vitamin E is an anti-inflammatory agent. There are several studies that supported its prevention after UV exposure as well. Vitamin E can also help with dark spots, uneven skin, or acne scarring. Another great anti-inflammatory spice you want to incorporate into your diet is cinnamon. It has anti-aging properties that helps to reduce signs of aging, and it being anti-inflammatory will again help with your acne. And I know this might be hard. It's a lot easier said than done at first, especially when you're so deep into the certain way that you eat. Avoiding fried foods, dairy, and excess sugar. I'm telling you, if you start practicing that for a week, 2 weeks, within a month, you will already see a difference in your skin just by limiting the fried foods, the sugar, the dairy. For me, I love cheese. Yogurt, I have sacrificed all of that this year. 2 weeks ago, actually, I started getting into Greek yogurt for my afternoon snack at work because it's great protein, and the one I found only had 2 grams of sugar. I noticed that within the next week, I started breaking out on my cheeks, which that usually for me indicates that I'm having excess dairy in my body. So unfortunately, I had to stop, but it is a sacrifice I make to maintain my skin. The hormones that is in dairy can cause inflammation. You are susceptible to accumulate acne. Again, this is not for everybody. I mean, there's people who could probably eat cereal with milk every morning and never break out, and that's why everybody's skin is different. This is just a sacrifice I have to make for me. So I drink a lot of plant-based milks. My favorite is almond, but I'm always open to more trying other things, and just having too much sugar. If you eat too much sugar, you might find that you have a lot of little pimples on your forehead or a lot of little blackheads around your nose. I know that's just what happens to me. And then fried foods, I usually get a lot of acne on my chin and underneath. Another contributing factor is stress. There aren't exactly studies proclaiming that stress can officially cause acne. However, when you do stress, you do develop a hormone imbalance within your body. Whatever your mind cannot contain anymore is taken out on your exterior. It's taken out on your physical being. Acne can be a cause of that. What you want to do is just get in your emotional bag, be the narrator of your life. Realize that you have the power. The narrative is in your hands. Whatever you believe, whatever you think in your mind, no matter what it is, becomes real. Even if it's a situation that doesn't exist, you make it real by entertaining thoughts in your head. No matter how long you dwindle on it, you keep going back and forth about it in your head, you're feeding it attention. And affirmations are also really good to practice as well. Be aware of yourself and be so confident in who you are that nothing can easily take you down emotionally, mindfully, and spiritually. One of my last tips to end this video off with is, should have added this in the beginning of the video, but I think this is a nice touch to finish off with. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the mop and sweep method. You know, when you're doing house cleaning, you go, you sweep, and then you mop afterwards. So the mop and sweep method for skincare is you rinse off your face or oils, whatever's off your face, with water first. You go in with your cleanser, therapeutic rub down on your face, and then you go ahead and rinse that off. Then you go back in with a second round of cleanser. So now you're really working in the skin again. The first time I ever heard about this was on TikTok about a year or two ago. And I was like, I wonder how much of a difference that really would make. I never stopped doing it now. In fact, I do the mop, sweep, and wax method, which I'm gonna get into as well. There's so much to it, but I just love to share my tips and tricks. Even if you just take one of the things that I have shared in this video, I'm telling you, it might work for you. So when you do your first wash with your cleanser, you're washing off whatever product you had before, especially if you wear makeup, whatever it is, you're washing off the day. You're washing off wherever you came from. You're giving yourself a good clean. So once you rinse that off, you go back in with the cleanser a second time. You are actually touching the skin barrier. So before, it was like you were working against whatever your face accumulated in the day. Now that you wash that off, the second round is to really get into your skin, really penetrate into the pores, really give yourself that deeper clean. That is the mop and sweep method. Try it out if you want to. If you think it's a waste, don't. But I mean, it definitely makes a difference for me. When I mentioned the mop, sweep, and wax method that I invented, I basically do 3 washes. It sounds crazy, but I'm again gonna insert some pictures so you guys can see what my skin was like before and why you should take my word for it, because I have come a long way. I have come a long way with my skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I've tried every acne product in the acne aisle in Target, Walmart, wherever. And now that I finally have a system that's working for me and I swear by it and I recommend certain things to people, it's like, why not, try it? I know a lot of people say that you shouldn't wash your face twice a day. I actually tried this method. Someone had once said that to wash your face at night, do your skincare at night, and then in the morning, all you have to do is splash or spray a little bit of rose water on and you're good to go. I tried that for a week. I got rose water, I tried it out, and then I started to break out. So I was like, okay, so this clearly doesn't work for me, but maybe for a person who has more mild acne than I do, that might work for them. The last thing I do want to incorporate within my skincare, at least by this year, is sunscreen. I know how important it is, but when things work for you, you kind of don't want to mix it up. Sometimes I could be a really, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of person. But there is another half of me, especially that's so bold in 2023 to just try things, to be like, okay, well, this either worked or did not work for me. So I do have a list of black girl sunscreens to try because I do not want to get the cast on my skin. And I think that'll be something great to not only get in for the summer, but for the rest of my life, because it's our skin. We got to take this seriously. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to make it as informative and as personal to my acne experience as possible. I've come to such a secure place with it that if I was to break out again, I just had a bad breakout last week, and I've gotten to a point where if I break out, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't change who I am. It doesn't lower my value, my status, or anything. Like, I'm still Brit. I still am exuberant, resilient. It's just skin. Skin will always heal. So I just want to spread that message. I want to spread love to anybody who may be struggling with their skin, who has been struggling with their skin, whether it be for years or within the past week or so. You are loved. You are so beautiful. You are so worthy of everything life has to offer, no matter what you look like, no matter what condition your skin is in. As long as you're taking care of yourself, as long as you're making efforts to take care of yourself and you're making that a priority, then Healing is in session. Can I get an amen? On that note, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for hanging with me today. Maybe I'll want to do more videos like this in the future. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next YouTube video. Peace.